transition game is still top tier.
Yes, yes.
So this wasn't on the schedule originally, but this came up whilst I was getting our materials together for the show. Um, Sony and Amazon take on Marvel multiple Spider-Verse shows, beginning with Silk Spider Society. Daniel, do
Mm.
you have any relationship with the character Silk?
I have no relationship with the character Silk.
Silk is the character that made me finally give up on Dan Slott's Spider-Man run because goddamn was that cringy.
Yeah.
So, um, okay, so here is her basic backstory. Actually, I'll go. I'll do a little bit back. So basically, back about nearly 10 years ago now, I guess they had Spider-Man, the Superior Spider-Man, where the plot line was basically Doctor Octopus used super science to steal Peter's body,
Mm.
and so he became Spider-Man for a while, and I enjoyed that because it was such a cool idea. It probably went on for too long, but it was really interesting just seeing a how a sociopathic supervillain would approach being a hero
Mm.
because he wanted to prove that he was better than Peter in every way. Like, you think you're some sort of great hero, I'll be the superior Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yes.
So the most heroic of most heroic of motivations.
Mm.
But of course, it eventually did fall apart. And so they had a new storyline. So I was like, okay, I want to see what they do next. So I picked up the graphic novel because I've been mostly trade paperbacks for a long time.
Mhm.
And so they reveal Cindy Moon here, who is a Korean girl who went to high school with Peter, but they always portray
Mhm.
her as really young for some reason. And she got bitten by the same radioactive spider as Peter, so not a fanfic character at all.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then a character who's semi important to the later Spider Man lore named Ezekiel basically had her in a bunker where she was she was in hiding for the entire time, like as kind of like the backup Spider Man, and then they found her.
Yeah.
And Peter, how to put this, because she and Peter were so compatible, they were kind of, how to put this politely, humping like rabbits, and the midget girlfriend that Dr. Octavius had made while he was Peter got to be very annoyed at him.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
it was so cringy. I don't even remember if I finished that volume. I was just done.
Did you just take it and go? I'm done with this.
Well, I forget if I got it digitally or not, so I wouldn't want to
Oh
break my
yeah.
surface.
Well, yeah, yeah.
But okay, so let's take that personal history out of it. It's not a very rich character, but you see why Sony would go for this, because basically Sony, in the Marvel bankruptcy of the mid '90s, got the film rights to anything Spider-Man related.
Mhm.
They have been trying to make a Spider-Man expanded universe since the days of Andrew Garfield.
Yes, yes. They tried to do a Sinister Six. Uh,
That's because movies about supervillains who haven't actually met their superhero yet. Actually, wait, that's what Sony keeps doing between Venom and Morbius.
yeah,
Now that I think about it,
yeah, pretty much.
so I guess this is just more of the same. Now, is the prospect of an Asian spider lady running around in spandex at least like surface level appealing-ish?
Mm,
If I put it
yeah.
in such piggish terms, then on paper it should sound interesting, but the character has just never seemed remotely cool or fun or distinct.
Mm. Is this another Miss Marvel?
Um, I actually have to say that Kamala Khan seems to have more personality than her from what I've seen.
Okay.
And it was weird how they wrote her because uh, she was again the same age as Peter. In her first introduction, she was the same age as Peter. Look at this art. Look, every single time they've drawn her, they've come out with her own, given her own series. She is written and acts like she's significantly younger, which part of that is being um, in a bomb shelter for a long time, but still,
Yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah.
yeah. Now this could go interesting places. It's apparently coming to MGM Plus, and then it's going to go to Amazon later on.
Mm. Well, that'll. Well, I don't know if I'll be tuning into it or not, but yeah.
That could be fun to do a review of down the line, but
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
we'll see.
It,
Yeah,
it at least it won't be that Disney. If it's bad, it'll be a different flavor of bad from how Disney Plus does things.
that's true. Yeah.
Speaking of how Disney does things, speaking of